to write a Python program to print the star pattern. So we want to discuss this. How this star pattern, you can see here, if you observe, we are starting from row and we have starting from column. And in row 0 you have all the patterns which is printed, and in column 4 also you can see all the stars are printed. But in the row 1, some of the columns are in space, only in one is printing. Similarly, in the second row also, some of the columns are not printed, only column 2 is printed. Of course, column 4 I have already told. Similarly, in column 3, row 3 and column 3, it is printing. And column 4 and row 4, both are, it is printing here. So that means you have some sort of a relationship I need to establish to print in this particular thing. So how to do that? So first is, I want to give the input. So what is the input? Enter the number of rows. How many number of rows we want? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means you have how many rows? 5 rows. Similarly, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 5 columns. So we have the number of rows is how much? I want 5. For row in range n. So what is this n? If n is equal to 5, then how many rows you will going to get? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is 5 rows. Similarly, column in range n. So the column is also have n number. So column will be 5. Since you are not giving the initial value, that is the starting value, that means it will be taking from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 again. So 5 columns and 5 rows. So we have 5 columns and 5 rows. So if both these conditions are true, then we have to have the pattern to be printed. What is the printing? Here, what are the conditions I want to print? So, if row is equal to 0, or, that is logical OR. So that means if any one of these conditions is true, then I have to print. That is the meaning of that. Column is equal to n minus 1. So row 0, we are printing all the star functions if that condition is true. Then in the 4th column you can print all the stars. 4th column is how much? I want 4 should be the end. So what is the number of rows? N is equal to 5. So n minus 1 becomes 4. Correct? So here n is 5. Only up to 4th column it can be printed full. So in general it will be n minus 1. Or which are all the other places where I want to print? First row, first column. Second row, second column, yes. Third row, third column, yes. Fourth row, fourth column, yes. So that means if rows is equal to column, then I have to print star. Otherwise, you have to print space. That's the meaning. So, or row is equal to column. So, what are all the 3 conditions? One is when the row is equal to 0, you have to print star. When column is equal to 4, that is n minus 1, you have to print star. When row is equal to column, you have to print star. Otherwise, you have to print space. Otherwise, you have to print space. This is the actual way of writing the code. So, if any one of the conditions has to be true, so obviously I have to go for OR. Don't go for AND. What is AND? If all the condition is true, then only it is true. In OR, if any one of these condition is true, then it is true. So, that is the reason why we have to take the OR, logical OR. Okay. Now, what is the output? So, the number of rows is 5. So, I am entering that. So, you are going to get the print function. Now, how to analyze this? we will write. So here enter the number of rows, n is equal to 5. For row in range n, if this condition is true, column in range n, if this condition is true, then if column is equal to 0, if column is equal to 0, no, row should be equal to 0 there. Row should be equal to 0, or row is equal to n minus 1, or row is equal to n minus 1, no, column is equal to n minus 1, yes, or row is equal to column, print star, otherwise n is equal to backslash t. Of course, this is the one what we are considering. Enter the number of rows, n is equal to 5, row in range 5 means it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, column in range 5 is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So initially, when row is equal to 0, now we will see, when row is equal to 0 and column is equal to 0. If this condition is true, print star. So we are printing star. N is equal to backslash t. Then row is equal to 0 only. That is the outer row. The column is incremented by 1. Is 1 is within 5. Condition is true. So we are coming to this. Then here row is equal to 0. Condition is true. So the rest of the things will not be considered at all. Print star. So it is printing star. Then column is incremented by 1. So 1 plus 1 it becomes 2. Okay. Is 2 is within 5. Condition is true. Then row is equal to 0. Yes. Condition is true. Print star. That is here. Then 2 plus 1 it becomes 3. Condition is true. So that means you are coming to this now. In that row is equal to 0, yes, print star. So we are printing star here. Then column will be equal to 3 plus 1, it becomes 4, the condition is true. If row is equal to 0, the condition is true, print star. Yes. Column becomes 4 plus 1, it becomes 5. 5 is within 5, condition becomes false, it comes out of the inner loop. And then since you see the print function, so the print function will go to, makes you the cursor to go to the next line. Okay. Now we will go to the next one. Now, row is equal to 0 plus 1, it becomes 1. Is 1 within 5? Condition is true. Column will be n again. So, column will be n. So, 5. So, 0 is within 5. Condition is true. Now, we are applying the if condition. Is row is equal to 0? No, because row what we are considering is 1. So this condition is false. Or column is equal to n minus 1. What is n minus 1? 5 minus 1 it becomes 4. Is column is equal to 4? Illa. Now because we are still in row 0. Column is 0. So that condition is also false. Or row is equal to column. So row is 1, column is 0. Is 1 is equal to 0? No, condition is false. The entire statement becomes false. So it will go to skip that particular condition. What is that? Printing star. So it comes to the else. Print n is equal to backslash t. That means you have to give a space. So the cursor jumps from 0th column to the first one. Then column becomes 0 plus 1, it becomes 1. Since 1 is within 5, condition is true. If row is equal to 0, no, because row is 1. Or column is equal to n minus 1, 5 minus 1 it becomes 4. No, because column is 1. Or row is equal to column. Or what is the row number? Row number is 1. What is the column number now? You have 1. Is 1 is equal to 1? Condition is true. Then it will go into print star. What is that? This one. Then the cursor jumps to the column second. Column is equal to 1 plus 1, it becomes 2. Condition is true. Then row is equal to 0. No. Or column is equal to 5 minus 1. No. Or 1 is equal to 2. No. Condition is false. Then it will give space and goes to the third column. Again 2 plus 1 it becomes 3. 3 is within 5. Condition is true. Row is equal to 0. No. Column is equal to 4. No. Or 1 is equal to 3. Condition is false. It prints star, that is gives space and goes to the fourth column. If 3 plus 1 is equal to 4, condition is true. Row is equal to 0, no, because you are printing in 1. Or column is equal to 5 minus 1, yes, 4, condition is true. Or 1 is equal to 4, no, condition is false. So since one of the condition is true, so entire condition is true, so print star, so it will go to print star here. Then column is incremented by 1, it becomes 5. If 5 is within 5, condition is false. It comes out of the inner loop and cursor goes to the next line. Why? Because once it comes out of the column loop, so you have a print function, so that print function makes you to go to the second row. Now you are in the second row. Row is equal to 1 plus 1, it becomes 2. Is 2 is within 5, condition is true. Then column will be 5, so 0, first one. Row is equal to 0, no. Column is equal to 5 minus 1, it is 4, no. Or row is equal to column, 2 is equal to 0, condition is false. So it takes space and goes to the column 1. Column is incremented by 1, it becomes 1. If 1 is within 5, condition is true. Row is equal to 0, no. Or column is equal to 4, no. Or 2 is equal to 1, no. So condition is false and goes to the next one. After giving space, it comes to the second column. If column is equal to 2, condition is true. Then it comes to the if condition. Row, that is 2 is equal to 0, no. Or column is equal to 5 minus 1, 4, no. Or row is equal to column. Second row, second column, yes. Condition is true, print star. It prints star here. Then cursor goes to the next. 3. 2 plus 1, it becomes 3. Row is equal to 0, no. You are 2. Actually 2 is equal to 0, no. Or column is equal to n minus 1, it is 4, no. 2 is equal to 3, no. Condition is column 3. So none of the condition is true. So it is false. So yes, print star. So here it gives the space and goes to the fourth column. Column is equal to 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. Condition is true. 4 is equal to 0, no. Column is equal to 5 minus 1 is equal to 4, yes. Here this condition is true. Or 2 is equal to 4, condition is false. So false or true or false will always be true, because any one of the condition is true, then it is true. Print star, so it is printing star. Cursor go to the next column. If 4 plus 1 is equal to 5, condition is false, it comes out of the inner loop and goes to the next line, that is third row. So you come to the third row. Column will be 0, that is here. Row is equal to 0, no. Column is equal to 4, no. 3 is equal to 0, no. So give space, goes to the next one. Column becomes 1. So 3 is equal to 0, no. Column is equal to 5 minus 1 is equal to 4, no. 3 is equal to 1, no. It gives space. Comes to the second column. Then column will be 1 plus 1, it is true. 2 is within 5, yes. Row is equal to 0. So what is row number? 3. 3 is equal to 0, no. Column is equal to 5 minus 1 is equal to 4, no. Correct? And row is equal to column. 3 is equal to 3, yes. Condition is true. So here 3 is equal to 2, no. That is 3 row 2 column, it's no. So condition is become false. Print space. Comes to the third column. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. The condition is true. If row is equal to 3 is equal to 0, no. Or column is equal to 4, no. Or 3 is equal to 3, condition is true. So it prints star here. Then cursor go to the fourth column. 3 plus 1 it becomes 4. Condition is true. Row is equal to 0, no. 3 is equal to 0, no. Then column is equal to 5 minus 1 is equal to 4, yes. Or 3 is equal to 4, condition is false. So any one of the condition is true, then it is true. So the condition enters into print function, it starts here. Then 4 plus 1 it becomes 5. 5 is within 5, no. So it comes out of the inner loop and cursor go to the next line. So that is this one. Then row is equal to 3 plus 1 it becomes 4, condition is true. Column is equal to 0, condition is true. Then 4 is equal to 0 or column is equal to 4, 4 is equal to 0, no. give space, comes to the first column. So that is true. Row is equal to how much? 4. 4 is equal to 0? No. Column is equal to 5 minus 1 is equal to 4? No. Row 4 is equal to 1? No. So it gives space, comes to the second column. Then column is equal to 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Okay. 2 is equal to 0? No. Because what is the row? 4 is equal to 0? No. Column is equal to 5 minus 1 is equal to 4? No. 4 is equal to 2? No. So give space. Give space. Then it comes to 3. 2 plus 1 it becomes 3. Condition is true. So row is 4 is equal to 0? No. Column is equal to 5 minus 1? 4? No. 4 is equal to 3? No. So give space. So it comes in fourth row, third column is also space. Then it goes to the fourth column. 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. Condition is true. Row is 4. 4 is equal to 0. No. Or column is equal to 4. Yes. Condition is true. Or 4 is equal to 4. Yes. Condition is also true. So since any one of the condition is true, this entire condition becomes true. So it executes the star here. Then 4 plus 1 it becomes 5. It comes out of the inner loop. Then cursor go to the next line. Again 4 plus 1 it becomes 5. Is 5 within 5? Condition is false. It becomes the end of the program. So this is how you will be able to analyze and solve write the code for printing the star in a particular pattern. So how to execute this? By using the program. Now I will try to write the program. N is equal to int input, enter the number of rows. Okay. Then once you do that, for row in range n, for column in range n, if row equals 0 or column equals n minus 1, or row equals column. Okay. Print star comma end equals \t. Then else print end equals \t. Then comes out of the column. So where exactly I want to write the print? The print is in column loop. So print column loop. Now we will try to execute this. So here I will say number of rows is star. So I will print sorry. Put on this. So I want to print 5. So you will going to get the print function which is being executed by this. So how exactly this will going to behave when you are going through the program? So go to debug Python file and then n is equal to number of rows is 5. Row is 5. That is, it takes 5. Initially it takes as 0. Column will also take it as 0. Okay. When row is equal to 0. Yes. Row is equal to 0. Column is equal to 0 here. Yes. Both is true. So print star. So it executes this. So cursor go to the next one. Next column. Column becomes 1. So row is equal to 0. Yes. So it prints that. Again. Then column becomes 2. So row is equal to 0. So that condition is true. That's why it's printing. Similarly, column is equal to 3. So print star. Column is equal to 4. Print star. Column becomes 5. It comes out. Okay. So it goes to the cursor, go to the next line. So row becomes 1 now. column becomes 0. So row is 1 here now. 1 is equal to 0. No. Column is 5. 5 minus 1, it becomes 4. No. Row is equal to column? No. So none of the condition is true. So it executes to this. So it gives space. Go to the next line. So it comes to the column 1. Column takes 1. Row is equal to 1. Column will be 1. So row is equal to 1. Column will be equal to 1. 1 is equal to 1. Condition is true. So then print star. Then column takes 2. But row is 1. None of this condition is true. So it goes to the space. Then goes to the column 3. So again it comes to this. Give space. So column is equal to 4. Correct? Column is 4. And 5 minus 1 it becomes 4. 4 is equal to 4. Condition is true. Correct? Column is equal to 4. So condition is true. So print star. Then it comes out. Then go to the row. How much row now? It becomes 2 now. Column will be 0. So none of the condition is true. So it gives space. Then column becomes 1. Again it gives space. Again column becomes 2. Row is equal to 2. Row is equal to column. Yes. 2 is equal to 2. Condition is true. Print star. Then column becomes 3. Row is 2. None of this condition is true. So it gives space. Then column will be 4. So this condition becomes true now. So it prints this one. Then it goes to the next line. So then row will going to become 3. So it gives space. Again column becomes 1. It gives space. Column becomes 2. Gives space. Column becomes 3. Okay. So row is equal to 3 and column is equal to 3. Both are condition is true. Print star. Then 4. So in this case column will be equal to 4. So condition is true. So print star. Then it comes out. Then row becomes 4. Column becomes 1. Give space. Then 2. Space. Then 3. Space. Then 4. Then space. Then you have column will be equal to 4 and row is also equal to 4. Both the condition is true. And this condition is also true and this condition is also true. So since any one of the condition is true, it prints star. So then it goes to the next line. So then it goes to the row. Row becomes 5. Is 5 within 5? No, it comes out of the loop. So this is how the star pattern is printed in a particular pattern using the Python program. Thank you.